What is up, guys? It's Scott with Never Hedge, and we are going to be broadcasting the Emax Q&A that is going on Telegram in just a minute or so. I have my phone up here ready for them to go on, and I'm going to be getting the audio off of that. It's just an audio conversation, so I'm going to be probably switching back and forth between Twitter as well as their live chart. So I'm going to shut the hell up, and we're going to get right to that right now.
And then obviously, I received lots of 5-6 other people. They're claiming that they are from Emax support team.
You don't want to respond to any of those.
Yeah, but they were scammers. Most of them were scammers. They were trying to get information of my private data, and they were trying to steal more from me. Obviously, I'm the victim of 100B.
It happens, bro. All I can tell you is that I hope you get it figured out, and hopefully Steve is taking care of you, but Steve is legitimate. If you didn't listen to the first Q&A, it is pinned in the post. I will be recording this Q&A for anybody else that can't hear it, and we should prepare ourselves as they're going to be entering the chat here pretty soon, and let's just start hyping things up a bit. We have 700 followers, or excuse me, people on the call right now.
Yeah, I know Steve forwarded me to someone. His name is he was ethical hacker. He was ethical hacker, and then he tried to send me some detail, and he said I need to.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I'm saying is let's just focus on a little more positive note, and then after the Q&A, then we can get back. And if you have questions or something, or else we're just
of course. Yeah,
perfect.
I can see. I can see Steve is on the call as well.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
All I can say is Ethereum Max. Let's go.
Good. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, what's up, mister?
Yeah, we hear you.
So
Steve's in here right now.
perfect. Should we be just muting everybody else, or what? I guess everybody mute themselves, please.
James is here. We need to restart the room. The majority are muted.
Yeah.
I'll work on it and get the rest of them muted.
I'm muted, guys.
Your music.
Yeah. What's up? If you have a question, now's not the time. Just give it a second.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Do that.
Yes, sir. Awesome. What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up,
How are you
Steve?
doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Got a recording going and everything. Get more participants in here.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll wait a few minutes because we had to restart the chat here because of technical things.
Yeah, wanted to make sure you guys didn't get interrupted.
Hey, James.
Only 1 minute.
What up?
James, what's up?
What's up? What's up, guys?
Going on. Everybody ready? Sheesh. 1,000. Wow.
Are you guys closing the chat while this is on?
No, I'm working on getting the rest of the people muted, and in the meantime, they could talk. Just whoever's not muted yet, please just be polite and don't talk while they're doing their passing out the information.
We'll give it another minute because I think there was about 1,500 people in here, so we'll give it another minute for people to come in. All right, we're going to get this going. So thanks a lot, Emax community, for joining us for yet another Telegram live conversation. We really appreciate it, and we plan on doing more of these moving forward in the future. So my name is Steve. I'm going to be the moderator for this evening. Today we have James, who's one of the founders, and we also have a special guest. We brought on one of our Emax developers, his development name is Myth. So we're super excited to be able to dive into some of the technical questions. I think the community has really been asking for a lot of this, so we're really looking forward to it. Just so everybody knows how this format is going to go throughout the week, we have moderators collecting questions, and a lot of those questions that have similarities, we then drop down into the sheet for Telegram, just so people don't think it's us just making them up. But with that said, we also want to loop in the community in real time. You can imagine if we have 1,000, 2,000 people on simultaneously, that's really difficult. So what we came up with is you could type in your question into the group chat. If you have a question, please start off your sentence with question, all capitalized. So question, all capitalized with a colon. And then our chat moderator will extract questions from that list. At the end of your question, please include your first name and your location. So for example, Joe from Tennessee has a question about XYZ. There's obviously going to be more than a handful of questions. So similarities, relevant ones, again, those are the ones that we're going to extract from this. Some key milestones that I want to go over since our last call. We're up to 70,000 Emax holders, which is great. That's 15,000 over the last time. We have 16,500 Twitter followers. That's up over 2,000 from last time. 15,500 Telegram followers. That's up 3,000 from last time. Over 16,000 Instagram followers, up 4,000 from last time. Our daily volume is still 100 million, and we're still teetering around 1 billion fully the market cap. So a lot of positive momentum. Our community keeps on growing. So on behalf of all of the Emax founders, we do want to thank you for the continued support. With that, so James is one of the founders of Emax. He's been part of many startup companies, has run business development for teams, focused on to-go market strategy. He has a background in crypto investing over the last 5 years and got started investing mainly in stable and fundamental coins before diving into the community coin space. Now he's solely focused on Emax and works full-time on the development and strategy of the token. So without further ado, let's get into some questions. Just so everyone's aware of the format, we're going to go with Q&A, asking the founders and special guest questions. Then we're going to go into an overview of news and announcements. Then we're going to go into a live Q&A. So let's get right into this. So a question from the community is, when exactly will there be more transparency about who the Emax founders are? James, you want to take this question?
Yes, sir. Awesome. Guys, thanks for having me again. So on this question, so when will there be more transparency on the Emax founders? So as you guys know, we've started doing these Telegram Q&As more and more. We love doing them. We love talking to you guys. We're a part of the community ourselves, of course. So actually, we're going to be doing more of these. We're going to be doing them on some other channels as well, some other social channels as time goes on. But I think a cool little announcement is the day after the Mayweather-Paul fight. So on that Monday, we're actually going to be doing a live video call with, I believe, 2 of the founders. So you guys will be able to meet us, see us face to face, if you will. So we're super excited about that. Not a lot of cryptos out there have done that, as you guys know. So not only are we going to be doing more of these, but we're actually going to be doing that live video call the Monday after the fight as well. So super excited about that.
Yeah, great point, James. I mean, just in terms of our values of transparency, we're actually doing video with voice. So the fact you're able to connect faces is going to be great. And just pre-warning everyone, it's like an awkwardly good-looking team. So just prepare yourself for that, because it's in the crypto community. So I'm sure that brought a couple smiles to people's faces. Number 2 on the docket. So the community has been calling Emax a culture token. Can you explain a little bit more about what exactly that means? James, it's probably a good question for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys have all heard this, right? So we've been talking about a culture token. You guys have all said this. Everyone has sort of been trying to understand it. And basically the way that I think about it, at least, is this gap that we're bridging between this binary spectrum that lives in the crypto world. What I mean by that is there's these stable coins, these fundamental coins, right? Like your Bitcoins and Ethereums. And then there's like all of these meme and community coins that have great communities behind them, but not really this real life use case. So the culture coin is something that really sits in the middle and really bringing the benefits of both ends of that spectrum into one. And it really is the first of its kind. And I really believe that Emax is creating this new category that you guys are all calling culture token, where you're getting the benefits of the community-powered sort of token that exists while having the fundamental use cases and real life utility as well. And I think it's really cool that people are calling it a culture token. I think that creating that category and having Emax sort of as the front leader of that space is a really unique and special position to be in as we think about the long-term development of the crypto space in general.
Awesome. Thanks for that, James. On a side note, if I just want to make sure that the chat is active. If not, can one of the mods make sure that that is active so the community can ask their questions? As a reminder, if you do have a question, make sure you start off your sentence with question, all in caps, with a colon, state your question, then end with your name and location. Thank you. So question number 3. This is certainly a hot topic. What is the update with the Emax roadmap?
Yeah, so this is my favorite question of the night, to be completely honest, guys. I am super excited about this because we actually have some news I'm about to drop right now. So we are officially going to be releasing the roadmap tomorrow on June 2nd. You will have a roadmap that outlines a lot of things coming out. It will talk about upcoming technology, utility, expansion, growth. It's going to talk about technological advancements, potential partnerships. So tomorrow we will be dropping a roadmap. I'm super excited about this. Like I got a little sneak peek from the Emax team. It looks awesome. So excited. Big news. This will be dropping tomorrow. So you guys that are listening now, you sort of got that news before everyone else will. So super excited. Roadmap coming tomorrow officially.
Thanks, James. I think you're being a little modest about it. I mean, I've seen this thing. It's thorough, past, current, future. I mean, I've been super excited about it ever since I saw it. I felt like I had like 6 espressos all at once when I saw it was put together. So
guys, I'm telling you right now, I've never seen a roadmap like this in the crypto space. Like I've seen a lot of roadmaps. I've never seen one like this. So I'm excited about it.
Awesome. So we'll be sharing that tomorrow, so make sure to keep an eye out on the social channels, but you'll definitely hear about that. All right, question number 4. So this one seems like a little bit more of a technical question. So there's been a lot of mixed information as it refers to locking liquidity. And I think and the recent hard fork just added additional confusion. Can you help address and confirm what is locked or intended to be locked for Emax? Myth, our developer, it seems a little bit more of an appropriate question for you to handle it.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, first and foremost, definitely want to apologize about the confusion there. When we did the hard fork, we loaded up and we're trying to get into both Uniswap V2 and V3. We had some issues getting into V3 that we're still trying to kind of work with.
Sorry, guys, I got disconnected.
has marketing, operations, expenses, things like that. So please, we invite you to watch those wallets. They are simply for marketing and operations. They are not selling. There has not been any sales from those wallets. The beauty about crypto is everything is public. Everything is on the Etherscan. So again, we invite you to watch those. Those transactions are simply transfers into marketing wallets. We're in this for the long haul. The roadmap will sort of outline a lot of this. They're being labeled. So again, the beauty about crypto is public, so we invite you to watch them.
Thanks, James. Yeah, I think a great point that you made there, which was brought to my attention the other day, is that there's a stark difference between transferring and selling, and it's great that there's so much transparency that there has not been any sales, just transfers from an operational standpoint. So, that made me feel good when I heard that confirmation. Myth, are you back online in terms of your voice? Mic problems.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. I was on a double secret mute there. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Not sure what went wrong. So pretty much we had recommended that we don't lock the liquidity yet because we were trying to evaluate Uniswap v3. We were also trying to evaluate Balancer and other options for providing liquidity. At this point, we definitely hear your concerns. What we're going to be doing is locking 75% of our liquidity for the next 6 months. We're holding 25% so that we can try to get a market set up on Uniswap v3 or potentially on Balancer if we think that makes sense for the community as well. So we're just kind of leaving that open so that we can have some flexibility with regards to liquidity pools. But we will have 75% of the total locked by this Friday for the next 6 months.
Okay, that's great to hear. Would you mind explaining a little difference between what's the difference between V2 and V3 in terms of Uniswap, just in case some people need clarity, and myself included?
Sure. Uniswap v3 has some different mechanics that can be a little bit better for actual providers of liquidity. For the end user, it's not really too different, but one of the main kind of user benefits is that you can see the pool when you actually go to the main website. They've actually kind of hidden the V2 UI because they want to actually promote people using V3. So it's a better user experience to go to V3, and it's also what is actually currently supported by the team. So that's what we would prefer to be able to move to. There is also one challenge with Uniswap v3, which is the tool that we've been using to lock up our LP token so far doesn't yet support the V3 tokens. So we're actively working on that, and we're keeping some of the funds aside so that we have some flexibility. The main difference is really kind of user benefit and ongoing support of the Uniswap team.
Great. And it's true that the fees are cheaper?
I can't attest to that. I've actually heard some mixed signals, so we're going to be planning to keep some liquidity on V2 as well to make sure that we kind of have the best available options for the user base. But we do want to make sure that we're kind of providing both options for those who would like to choose and compare.
Great. Thanks for that.
Yep.
All right. So moving on. One of the questions from the community is, I am not seeing my 2% distribution rewards on Zerion. Am I not getting the rewards, or just something with Zerion? Myth, is that something that you would like to take?
Yes, absolutely. So I can't really speak to Zerion in particular. I will say that we do recommend kind of having more general open source wallets as opposed to anything that's a bit more specific to an exchange. We do recommend that if you do want to verify that your balance is being included in the rewards, which everybody is, so this should not be something that anybody is actually experiencing. If you are, I would recommend just going to EtherScan and making sure you put in your address so that you can actually verify what the data is on the chain. Because what is being shown in your wallet may not necessarily be up to date with reality.
Great. Yeah, I actually personally had that issue myself, and obviously I'm in contact with the devs and the founding team directly, and it was nice to know that once I checked my Coinbase wallet directly, the quantity of tokens was increasing in real time versus not happening in Ethereum. So it made me feel a little bit better. So you can check out Coinbase Wallet if you utilize that, or like Myth said, you could utilize EtherScan, which is 100% accurate. On a side note, which you'll hear us mention on later on in the call, we're going to be making future tutorials and knowledge hubs, and one of those is going to be a future tutorial on being able to identify the 2% distribution and how to see that on your wallet. So excited for that to come. Myth, if you don't mind, we had a question from the audience. The only reason why I want to ask it now is just because it was relevant to the last question, but can you explain the difference between wallets and liquidity?
Is this to me again?
Yes.
So a wallet is your kind of personal address. So it's where the funds are actually associated to verifiably on chain. Liquidity pools are basically shared balances where a bunch of different individuals can actually contribute what is in their wallet into a shared wallet, which is managed by a smart contract. It is that smart contract that basically acts as the market maker, which takes the assets on both sides, because in order to actually provide liquidity, you have to put up assets on both sides of the exchange. So because we're providing ETH to Emax right now, we put 50-50 Emax and ETH into the contract there. So a liquidity pool is shared, but you actually have a token that represents your ownership of the liquidity. So even though it's not actually in the custody of your wallet, which would be your the private key that you're able to sign transactions with, like that is your wallet address. But then with the liquidity pool, you've actually put your funds into this shared contract, and you get a token that just represents your percentage of the holdings of the pool. So when you want to withdraw it, you just say, oh, I was 7% of the pool. So you would be able to withdraw up to 7% of whatever value is currently in the pool. Does that answer the question?
That was great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Perfect.
We touched upon this last time, but just I think it's good and healthy to keep people updated with the exchanges. But one of the questions was, can you provide an update on what exchanges we can see Emax on? James, you want to quickly answer this?
Yep. Yes, this one's quick. So I told you guys I get to an update. I have the update. So currently we're on Bilixi, 1inch, Sushi Swap, Uniswap, Hotbit, Alt5, and more news. We actually have Bit4x coming soon as well, which is a global end-to-end exchange. So right now, that's what we're on. And again, the team is working tirelessly on getting on more. So more exchanges to come. You'll see that in our roadmap.
Awesome. Certainly one of my questions. So people are obviously excited about the upcoming Mayweather and Paul fight, and there's going to be a lot of eyes nationally on Ethereum Max for the first time. But what about after the fight? What can the Emax community look forward to? James, this is probably a good question for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, I cannot stress this enough. This fight is truly just the beginning. We all know what Emax is. This weekend on Sunday, like the rest of the world will find out what Emax is. This is just the start. You guys are here early. This is a launching point for Emax. This is not even close to not only the end or the climax. This is just the start. So trust me when I say, like, this is just the beginning. The entire world is going to hear the Emax name. You guys are here early. To give you like tangible things to think about, we're expanding vendor relationships. We're getting into more groupman properties. We're expanding our events. So we look forward to seeing events in New York, LA coming up. We want to capitalize on usage for experiences and lifestyle events. So all of these things are happening. And when you see our roadmap tomorrow, you will understand that this weekend and this fight is truly just the beginning. Lastly, I want to highlight really big news. We've been dropping a lot of big news to everyone on this call, so I'm glad you all are here. So big news, we have a vendor payment terminal and EthereumMax kiosk that actually Steve is going to demo for us. So these are initiatives to increase the usage of Emax, also to ease the barrier of entry and accessibility. So Steve, I'm actually going to turn it back to you. I believe you have videos that you can show the group.
So we do. The videos are actually still rendering. So as soon as this is over, we're going to post it on our social media platforms.
Awesome. Love it. So again, guys, this fight is truly the beginning. I promise you when I say the rest of the world will see and hear Emax, you guys are here early. This is just the launch pad for us. So I'm super excited to honestly get started on Emax this weekend.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right. So we're going to keep this moving. We have some quick announcements for the week and the upcoming week, and then we're going to get into the live Q&A. So in terms of the announcements, post-fight, we're going to have the founders reveal, which is going to be on video. Tomorrow, June 2nd, will be the official release of the Ethereum Max roadmap, which people are excited about. We recently got confirmed that we are verified on CoinGecko. So that's an amazing news in terms of just our overall coin. We are in the process of creating tutorials and technical knowledge hub on the website. We're also going to have a community hub where we're going to, for example, one of the assets that we will upload there is recorded telegrams. We're going to start to invite special guests as part of these live talks. So for example, tonight we just had one of our developers on. So random people in the community, developers, things of that nature, just to add additional depth to the calls. Something that I definitely want to make people aware of is please watch out for scams. I know that's just an issue in crypto communities, across the board, but we don't want to see people getting hurt. No one will ever ask you for your passcodes, your recovery phrases, none of that, nothing like that. Admins will never direct message you directly. People are now masking their names, calling themselves tech support and things of that nature. Please, smart, do not share your information. We will never ask for that stuff. When in doubt, always go to our website or our official social media channels just to confirm that you're reaching out to somebody who is legitimately connected to Ethereum Max. I also wanted to mention that we are not connected to any of the other tokens starting with E or having a max. We certainly want everyone to make money, do your thing, but just be careful. Those are not connected to Ethereum Max. Now let's get into some live Q&A from the community. So one of the questions from Evan in North Carolina was, what does locking liquidity actually mean? Myth, this is something that you would like to take?
Yep. So locking liquidity means, sorry, I'm not very good at short answers, as we'll come to find. So basically, when you actually deposit into a liquidity pool, as I mentioned before, you have the assets on both sides of the exchange. So when you deposit them into the pool, it actually kind of detects in real time what your percentage of the pool is. It then mints an NFT that is then assigned to you, which represents your personal stake in the pool. Now, it's those tokens that we actually need to be able to withdraw. So if we were to burn them, then we would lose those funds entirely. By locking liquidity, we're actually going to be taking those tokens and we lock them up in a smart contract until a predetermined time in the future. So in this case, we're going to be locking up 75% for the next 6 months, which means that all of the value that we've locked up into the pool will not be accessible for us to withdraw until 6 months from now. Now, we've chosen 6 months intentionally because we want to be able to reassess after that time period to actually determine if we need to make any changes to where we place the liquidity. Does it have, I mentioned before that we've been trying to get the token working with Uniswap v3, but just having some difficulties that we think are still on our end, but still just trying to understand a little bit better why. We also want to make sure that we have the options of setting up on either Balancer or Sushi Swap or any other exchanges that pop up between now and then. Maybe 1inch, for example. So we just want to make sure that we have options and we aren't locking ourselves in unnecessarily too early. So that's why we kind of picked that timeline and that percentage. But as soon as we can, we're going to be trying to lock up the rest. And even though it's not locked into a contract, we are all in agreement that we are not going to be actually transferring the funds, which we understand isn't necessarily what you want. You want to see that at 100%, and we are trying to get there. We just need some time to make sure that we are picking the right technical options first.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for that. The next question was from actually a couple people, but this one in particular from Jordan in Connecticut is, will Emax focus on taking control of the crypto in terms of sports and entertainment space? So James, this one's for you. So will Emax focus on taking control over sports and entertainment space as it relates to crypto?
Yeah, great question. So I think the key word there is focus, right? So the focus of Emax is going to be to its community and to driving real life utility, whether that's through the sports and events world or through other methods. That is going to continuously be ongoing. So as you guys already have seen with the ticket events, with the Mayweather-Paul fight, that's just, again, as I mentioned, like that's just a start. So in terms of sports entertainment and events, like there's so much more to come and so much more to do. Like this is just event one. So again, to answer that question like directly, the focus is going to be just continued effort to increase not only brand recognition but utility of the coin, while continuously driving utility and rewards for the community. So again, definitely is going to be something that the Emax team continues to look into as the community grows and becomes more expansive.
Awesome, thanks for that. We probably have time for one or two more. One of them is, can you please provide? Sorry, this is from Jim in Texas. What is the update with the security audit?
Yep. So you will actually see this on our roadmap tomorrow. Again, to give you a little sneak peek, so it is in progress. We have partnered with one of the best security audit companies in the crypto business. You will get a name tomorrow. There was a name a little while back, but I'll leave that as a little sneak peek for you guys tomorrow in the roadmap. So the audit is in progress. It does take time. We can give you dates starting tomorrow when we release the roadmap. But the security audit is in place, and you can expect that in the coming weeks, 100%.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. So moving on, we're going to wind down just because we're a couple minutes over this. So something I just want to bring.
All right, guys. So some interesting stuff that we found out there. So number one, they're going to release a roadmap tomorrow, and we're going to see a name for the security audit. What else? They're locking their own wallets, 75% of that for 6 months, I believe, if I remember correctly. What else? They are going to be going after more events and lifestyle type things. And so, yeah, all good stuff, guys. Please let me know what you think of this in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more Emax updates, as well as updates on other stocks and tokens we like. And thank you so much for watching this far, guys. I did my best with the audio there. Hopefully it comes out okay. And I'll see you in the next one.